So finally, you just received a job offer from the company of your dreams. Everything looks perfect. This is so exciting. But wait, what? That other company you were interviewing with, they just dropped their offer on email. What are you going to do, my friend? In this video, I'm going to help you decide. No worries. We're going to use 8 different factors that I have personally used in my own career. Coming right up. Hey there, welcome to Supercharge. My name is Sonal Bahl, former HR director and now career strategist, and I have over 2 decades of international corporate experience. And in this channel, we share practical tips that help you to stand out, get that competitive edge that you need to land that dream job and the promotion and lead a richer, happier, and more purposeful life. If that is what you're after, you've got to subscribe, you've got to hit that bell icon. Like, come on. And now let's dive in. So one of the most common comments I've seen on my YouTube channel and on LinkedIn is, Sonal, I have job offer from company A that looks fantastic and I have one from B. I am petrified. I don't know what to do. Please help me to choose, right? First of all, can we just admit this is a good problem to have? There are people who don't have even one job and you have 2 fantastic offers. That's a good place to be in. Having said that, I do know that it can feel a little bit overwhelming, and I know people who are almost like paralyzed with fear because they don't know what to do. Now, in this video, let's go into 8 factors that will help to give you more clarity. And I'm going to list the factors in random order because different things are important to different people. What may be the most important thing for you at your stage in your career may not be important for, I don't know, someone who's been working for 25, 30 years, right? So these 8 factors are, number 1, the brand of the company. Now that matters to some people and it doesn't to others. Some people want a big name on their resume, right? Let's say you're starting your career, you want that recognition. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not really sure. It's about what you want. It gives you that stamp of credibility. And the closest example to that is going to a big name university or a big name college, but the program is not that well known, versus going to a program that's more well known. And that's the second point to consider, the position composition. So you've got to see what exactly does the job description entail? Like, how much of that work is exciting for you and how much of that work is going to help you to move further in your longer term career goals. That's really important. And I think that a lot of us don't do that because we're very focused on the coming up. Like, they've given me the offer, so I have to take it. First of all, you don't. And secondly, can I make some changes because this ties in better if I have this extra skill set incorporated? Will they be able to help me with that, right? So the position composition matters because most of the time we're not going to be able to change it, particularly in the first few months or even years. So make sure the position excites you. If it's accounts payable and you've always been interested in business analysis, do accounts payable for a little while, but if the other offer is more about business analysis, I would say pay attention to what the other company is saying. Okay, we talked about position composition. We talked about brand name, whether it's a well-known household name, does that matter to you, versus a startup where nobody's heard of them, or a mid-sized company, maybe it's in the B2B space and it's like, what do they do? They produce valves for air conditioners. Oh, it sounds so boring. So obviously those types of companies are not household names, right? So after you have done that, I would say the third thing, like I said, in random order, look at the salary aspect of it as well. Now, keep in mind, when you're starting your career, in the beginning, I personally think the salary should not be the most important thing that matters to you, because money will come. When you're good at what you do, money will come. Don't necessarily chase the money. Now, as you progress in your career and as you evolve in career and in life, right, you're going to have, a bigger family. You're going to get at that stage where you'll have older parents, small children, and you have to manage everything, including a house mortgage, etc. So salary matters. So look at the cash component of the offer, which is salary and bonus. I'm personally a big fan of cash. Stock options, equity, that's great, but keep in mind that the vesting period matters as well. So if that is not the primary criteria for you because you feel you're in a financially very comfortable place, you still want to make sure that you're not making gigantic sacrifices on salary. Because when we are younger, we don't think about retirement, etc. But as we get older in our 40s, I would say particularly in our 50s and 60s, we have to think about our long-term pension plan, right? So salary and bonus is a way to feel financially secure. And the company that is offering you much more money for the time that you're investing in them is something that you want to pay attention to. The next thing I would pay attention to is growth prospects, right? So if you stay with them over a period of time, what is that going to look like? Are there opportunities for advancement in your career, promotion, etc.? So that is important, particularly, I would say, in the first 25 years or so in our career. And there are ways to ascertain all of this during the interview process by asking pointed questions about, growth and advancement and how does the company invest in their people. Now, that is one of those things that a lot of us shy away from asking. And then within a couple of years or so, there is frustration and resentment. There is no point going to a company that pays you better than the other one, but down the road you're stagnating and maybe even slowly dying inside, right? That's not worth it. I'd say the next one is opportunities for learning. Those are very related to growth. Now, if you're one of those people that is very interested in long-term, lifelong learning, and maybe you always wanted to do a particular degree or a diploma and you never had the chance to do it, would the company be in a place to sponsor you to do that? So, for example, I've been in companies where they've sponsored someone's very expensive MBA program, or given them a sabbatical to take, or managed to take a PhD, etc. So that is slightly more formal learning, but there's also informal learning opportunities with the form of courses, certifications, licenses. Will the company be paying for that? Because those add up after a period of time, and they can cause a sizable hole in your wallet. And it's one of those things that you want to see if they do this for other people. You'll have a very good idea when you go through their website and you talk to people in the company. Now, the remaining three factors are related to manager, culture, and team. I'm going to start with manager because this is a big one. You can have the best culture in the team. You can have the best team possible and a fantastic corporate culture. But if the manager is someone that is not looking like the kind of person that's going to give you space to grow and develop, and in fact, you have doubts about the capability and the competence of this manager, then that is going to be one of those things that's, eventually going to result in some sort of burnout. And if they don't leave, you'll be the one that'll have to leave. So how do you ascertain if a manager is good or not? I'm going to link a detailed article that I wrote on LinkedIn, which really resonated with people. How do you decide during the course of the interview if this manager is right for you? And it's a complete mindset shift because most of us are thinking when we are interviewing with the company is interviewing us. We don't think that we are interviewing the company. Times have changed, my friend. And you've got to move with the times. You have a choice. So if a certain manager is giving you a better feeling that they are interested and they care in your professional and personal development, that is something that you cannot go wrong with. And in that article, in fact, the conclusion I make is, when you are faced, I literally say this, when you are faced with two doors and both doors lead to beautiful opportunities and both are equally well paid, etc., choose the one with the better manager. You'll never be sorry. Along with manager, I want to talk to you about culture as well. It's one of those things that you can ascertain. It's very invisible. You can't smell it. You can't taste it. You can't see it. You can have an idea when you go into the office, if you are during COVID times, you can see how do people talk to each other. Do they look like, they're respectful? How long were you made to wait when you went for interviews? Were people on time? So it's a very limited period, but in that time you have a sense if you're talking to other colleagues, future colleagues, during the course of the interviews, are they forthcoming? Are they nice to speak with? Were they difficult? Were they wooden? And the boss came into the Zoom room and suddenly everybody became quiet. It looked like a control and command culture. You want to get a sense of how things are. And there are so many ways that you can ask about their leadership style. You can talk about like how do they determine superior performance over a period of 100 days. That will tell you their performance culture, right? High performance culture. So you can get a sense of like how much respect is given to that person. Like, we're giving you a job to do and we're going to let you do it. Or it's a bit more sort of micromanaging type of culture. There's so many different ways to check it out. There's a detailed video that I've made with 10 questions that you can ask your interviewer so that, you don't have to ask all 10, but they, pick and choose the ones particularly related to culture. And that will definitely help you in determining which one is a better fit. So check the description box below. And if you're going to be working in a team, it's a good idea to check it out and say, if you can meet with members of the team, what are they like? Do they cover for each other? Are they respectful? It all comes down to culture, because you'll be spending a lot more time with the team. We spend more time at work than we do in our personal life. So you want it to be pleasant, fun, challenging. It's helping you to grow. And a team that shares those values, the values are not just like put on the wall and, just for show, but they're actually lived and practiced. That will definitely help you to decide. All right, so these are 8 factors that I have personally used in my own career when I had multiple job offers back in the recession of 2009. And I have used these for my own career. And I can definitely tell you, when you are facing a fork in front and you don't know which way to go, you've got to pick one. I know that sounds simple, because right now you don't know which one is going to be best for you. You can use these 8, do your analysis, paralysis. You're not going to know how it's going to work out till you actually look backward, right? So that's what Steve Jobs said. The best way to connect the dots is always backwards. It's not forwards. So whatever you do, make that decision, take the bull by the horns, and have fun at your new place. And if you want to see more interesting videos, I highly recommend you check this one out. And if you see that little circle with my face on it, that means you need to subscribe to my channel. And I have like a once a week email that goes out to my subscribers on my favorite career insights that I only share on email. So feel free to subscribe to that as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Till then, keep dreaming, keep believing, keep supercharging. You got this.